All right, I want to take this opportunity to show you something on Smart Notebook that I think might be of interest to you. I've actually had a couple of teachers stop me just within the last week and ask if you can use the iPad specifically with the Smartboard, and there is a feature in the new Smartboard, Smart Notebook that you might find useful. So let's take a look at it. Just so you know, I am running SmartBook 16.0.1138. I am on a Mac, so I do not believe this is available in version 15, but definitely available in version 16. And what you will probably see, what you should see, is this little almost Pac-Man looking guy, and it says, if you hover over it, it says Smart Lab. If you select that, you will bring up the Smart Labs kind of pop-out menu, and there are some things that you can do other than what I'm going to show you, but this shouted out is what I want to talk about. And you'll notice it says mobile enabled. These other ones are not mobile enabled, and so you can use them, but it's not something that's going to be directly related to the iPad. And so if you add this activity, so I just open up a Smart Notebook, add this activity, what you can get are, and I'll show you both of these, you can do arranged randomly. If you're used to using something like Padlet, then this would be something that you want. Or you can do categorized, which, you know, if you're trying to have students sort things into whatever, animals and plants, you can have various categories. Again, I'll show you both of those here in just a second. I'm just going to do the arrange randomly and select next. It asks you, what do you want? How are the students going to contribute? Is it either going to be all text or is it going to be all images? You can do a max contribution per device. So if you want students to be able to come up with 5 words, then obviously you would set that at 5. If you only want them to make 1 contribution, then you just set it at 1. If you want them to display their names, again, simply turn it on. If you want it to be anonymous, then you would turn that off. Okay. So I'm going to go to next. These things you can, I'll be honest, I haven't messed around with them a whole lot other than the timer. So you could set it up so that this activity only goes for 2 minutes or it's open for 5 minutes. Again, some of those other ones you could feel free to experiment with, and then you say finish. And what you will get is this. It says waiting for activity data. And now you'll see up here it says connecting. And it says new activity number needed, and if you select right here, sometimes this will automatically pop up here. Other times you have to say get a new code. And so here's then what students are going to see. They're going to see something that says this, classlab.com, and then this number. Now, I'm going to pause it here for a second, and I'm going to come back with showing you what a student device looks like. Okay, now you see the screen that the student would see. So they would go up and type in classlab.com, and they would put in the activity code, which in this case was 288988656, and hit enter. And then here's what I would always suggest. I would have them use their real name. That way it holds them accountable. Completely up to you. I'm going to put Don, and I'm going to say join the activity. And when I do that, it says teacher hasn't started the activity yet. As a teacher, I'm going to go over and select, and I'll pull this across here, start activity, and then I'll pull this across. That is going to go through and start it. Now, this is what the student sees. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, clouds, return. Well, let's just do 1 and then send response. So now what you see is, in this case, on the activity, you see clouds, and then you see my name there appear on it. As a teacher, you can pause that. You can put an end to it. You can go ahead and turn off the contributor name. You can make some of those changes. You'll notice, though, what it allows the students to do is to see they have 2 responses left. So I can go in and say trees and send response. And it tells me I have 1 response left. And then I can go here and say water, send response. Now it tells me I've done what I'm supposed to do. And so as a teacher, again, this is what you see. You can then manipulate these. So you could allow students to then, once they're all up on the smartboard, to go up and do some arranging of them. When I'm done with that activity, I just say end. And it tells the student on the other end, we'll go here, it says the activity's ended. See you again soon. Okay, so we'll bring this over to the side here. All right, in this next one, I want to show you quickly how to do a category, and I'm going to actually use a photo in this one. So you're going to go to just like I did before, up here, the Smart Labs. You're going to select this Shout It Out, add this activity just like we did in the previous one. However, here you're going to pick Categorized, and you're going to pick Next. And in this case, let's see, plants and animals. And then over here, you want to select images. And maximum number of contributions, you can say 2. You can display the contributor name if you want to. You're going to do next. In this case, we're not going to do a timer. Again, you can mess around with those. And finish. And so, just like in the last situation, you're going to, it may take a little bit to connect. This one connected very quickly. You're going to start activity. I'm going to pull this across and put it over to the side here. I am going to go to classlab.com, just like I did before. The activity code is 9653 8360. I'm going to do enter. Okay, I'm going to join the activity. Now in this case, the student's going to open this up. It's going to say select an image. Well, I haven't done an image at this point. What you have to do with the image is make sure that it's on the camera roll. And so I may go here and I'm going to add a new tab. And I'm going to go and I'm going to type in, let's say, tree. And, I want the picture of this tree. I can do hard press on the image, which just means to press down and hold it until you get Save Image. And now that is on your camera roll. So then what you're going to do is go back to the Smart Lab tab, select an image, and then it asks, where do you want the image to come from? In this case, you're going to come from the photo library, the camera roll, you're going to select the tree. And then they're going to select the category. Well, that's obviously a plant. And then they're going to send that. You'll notice as a teacher, this takes a little longer. It will eventually show up as the tree. I would do the same thing in this case. I want to go back to my thing and I want to say elephant. And I want to find an image of an elephant. I want to hard press on that image until I get Save Copy. I go back to Smart Lab. I select the image. I go from the photo library, the camera roll. There's the elephant. I say that is an animal, and then I send it. And again, just like it, you'll notice here it says great job. The answers are submitted. It doesn't allow the student to keep going, and now that will appear there. Again, what you'll have then, if you can imagine a class, you can scroll through the pictures. it's a great brainstorming. And so hopefully you can use this for something, I think, a great way to incorporate the iPad in with the smartboard and have the kids interact and be more engaged in the activity. As usual, if you have ideas on how to use this, if you need help using this, let us know. We'll be more than happy to come in and help.